As the great TJ Pittenger would say, cheers, everyone. I'm Brendan with Bourbon on a Budget doing a rapid review of, I don't have a barrel of it or a bottle of it, but it's a mini bottle of Barrels Dovetail. Let's see if you can see it there. There it is. Uh, Dovetail bourbon. It's 125.24 proof. This was a sample sent by the one, the only Joe Decadence. So Barrel does a ton of really cool releases. It's a lot of sourced whiskey, ryes and bourbons, but they do a lot of cool things with finishing, playing with high proof stuff. The bottles are kind of boring in my experience and kind of uh, just fall into the mix and into the crowd with the shelf. It doesn't really stand out, but the juice inside of them typically is really, really, really good. And Dovetail is something that I think Joe thought I would like because I like finished bourbons a lot. I find that they can, if done correctly, finishing in different types of barrels and other types of liquors can really change the complexion in a very good way of a bourbon. So as Dovetail is super proofed up. Online it says it's at 122.9 proof, but Joe Decadent says 125.24. Someone's lying. I think it's the internet. I don't know Joe Decadence to be a liar. The internet, however. So this is a blend of two whiskeys. One, a 10-year, let me make sure I get this right, a 10-year Indiana distilled, so it's probably MGP whiskey that's finished in Dunn Vineyards Cabernet casks, so wine cask, and then an 11-year-old bourbon made in Tennessee, likely Dickel, probably if it's made in Tennessee, and it's being sourced from there, and with a double finish in black strap rum barrels, sounds kinky, and LBV port pipes. So you got basically three finishes with this. You got a 10-year-old bourbon in a nice Cabernet wine finish, and then you have a Tennessee bourbon that's finished in both strap rum barrels, black strap rum, excuse me, I don't know what that is, and then LBV port pipes, which is, I would assume, like a port, like a Portuguese or Spanish dessert wine. So very fruity, sweet, delicate wine. The nose on this is extremely fruity. Yeah, very berry forward, which with the wine finishes, not surprising at all. I got a lot of red fruits, so like cherries, red apple, but then berries, strawberries, blackberry. A little bit of the rum influence in there as well. Kind of brings out some nice brown sugar notes. Nice amount of woodiness too. I think that's the proof coming out as well with the age. So there is a lot going on with this. Yeah, nice and spicy too. Cinnamon, a little bit of clove, peppery. Man, this is really good. This is one we probably should have done just on the nose in our finishing flight series against Midwinter Night Dram, or one of our episodes coming up as we're talking about different cold weather bourbons, because this has a lot of nice holiday type of notes with the berries and the dark fruits, and then again the spice and sugary, sugar plum kind of deal as well. This is very nice. All right, on the taste. Oh, wow. Wow, that's really sweet, but rich as well. Spicy. A lot of depth and heft to it too. That proof shows up, a nice rich finish, a deep burn. The Kentucky Hug is real with this one. Oh man, really, really good. So it is on the sweet side. It's my first impression. Even with the proof there, you get the oakiness and the barrel spice and peppery notes, which can give this a lot of complexity, but very, very sweet. Kind of reminds me of like a pound cake and bananas Foster. What else am I getting on it? Let's go back for another sip. This hit me. That was a lot of flavors, intense. Yeah, the rum's coming through. Bananas Foster is kind of what I'm getting, I think, as I'm identifying the rum integrated in with the berries that are coming from both the port and Cabernet finished. It's extremely sweet, rich, beautiful, beautiful bottle, beautiful expression. So it is going to be a little bit more expensive, guys. It's I think about $89 to $95, depending on where you can find it. It's not super readily available, but you can find it like reasonably. I've seen it in multiple stores in my journeys this past year. So if it's something that you really want to try, I don't think you have to dig too deep to find it, especially if you're located in a bigger city like Tampa, Atlanta area, something like that. If you're in Tallahassee or maybe a smaller southeast state or southeast city, it might be a little bit more difficult to find, but you can still find it reasonably. Got like a marshmallow, a little toasty char vibe as well, but bready, spicy. You get baking spices like clove and nutmeg, cinnamon, with that marshmallow char, the bready like a shortbread, pound cake, icing. So very sweet, a little bit of the banana note as well, but it's not overpowering. It's more like a bananas Foster, brown sugar. Oh man, and then the finish on it just maple syrup, stickly sweetness, but with the proof, it rides off intensely but balanced, if that makes sense. You get this spike of flavor of sweet and spice, but it's not a firework explosion then dies off. It hits you and then kind of slowly drifts away. One of the better finishes I've had in bourbon this year, in this past year of doing tastings here on Bourbon on a Budget. Really good. Yeah. All right. So as we go to scores and the rapid reviews, we go A, B, C, D, or F, or S for superior, like elite. I would love for TJ to try this. I think this would be right up his alley. And Ben loved the barrel seagrass, which is a rye finished in rum, and then a couple of other finishes and was higher proof. Ben typically I don't feel like it's a huge finish fan, but I think he would appreciate this given the proof on it and the complexity and richness. It's really nice. So my score, I think this is in the A range. It's really excellent, even with the price. Like you're paying more than $70, $80 on a bottle of bourbon. Like it needs to be special and unique, and this checks that off. I think if I got to spend a little bit more time with this bourbon, I'd be able to identify it so it's unique. And for a blended whiskey, like you're gonna be able to distinguish what this is compared to others. Blind, I think like it would hold up. It would probably do well with an ice cube, but it's got this refreshing, hefty richness to it. I think it's really good wintry time of year. I'm about to go out and do a bonfire out back, so this will probably be perfect for that. I will use a little bit more of a sample I have to get going with the bonfire, not to put it in the bonfire to get it going, which maybe would be good at 122 proof, but to drink it while the bonfire is going. So for my score, I'm going to give it an A minus. That's Barrel Dovetail 8-. It's our first A I think we've done on a rapid review. At least I have. And hopefully we can find a way to get a little bit of this to TJ and Ben as well. This might be one to review for the Bourbon Big Board because even at the price, it might be well worth it. It's really good. So thanks for watching. Joe Decadence, thanks for setting this. Really appreciate it. Really great bottle. Very happy to try it. Again, that's Barrel Dovetail for Bourbon on a Budget. I'm Brendan. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure to rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts and our YouTube channel as well. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.